Now this is a very important video. If you are addicted to YouTube, this is basically... Goddamn. If you are addicted to YouTube, this is basically going to completely get rid of the problem. Now that may sound too good to be true, and depending on your outlook, that may or may not be true. If you expect this to fix your whole life, all of your life problems, then it's not going to do that. But it will fix this one problem, and it will fix it for good. So, too long didn't watch. The regiment is: first step, block YouTube on your phone. Second is on your PC. You want to block the sound on your browser or just the YouTube website. Third is to, on your PC again, block recommendations, recommended videos, comments, even related videos. Fourth, if someone sends you a link to a YouTube video on Facebook Messenger, or I guess now it's Meta Messenger from Meta, wouldn't want to dead name a company, it's allowed to watch that one video in Messenger's own browser thingy, in the app itself. And finally, the fifth point is you can download videos. Now, technically I cannot recommend it. As far as I'm concerned, that's illegal. However, one, you could technically do that, and two, if you're talking about, for example, some course like on MIT OpenCourseWare, then those videos often are available to download directly, so from their website like MIT OpenCourseWare, so you don't have to go to YouTube. So now, quick intro. I've never had an addiction to like any common destructive things. I've never had any destructive behaviors like drinking alcohol or smoking cigarettes. But there was one thing that I've wasted a lot of time on, and that was YouTube. And the problem is that it's impossible to cut it out completely. You cannot just go cold turkey, which is surprisingly, in many cases, for addiction, a very effective strategy. And the reason you cannot cut it out is just because YouTube is awesome. I mean, it's some of the best video entertainment that you can get. Even if we're talking about video entertainment that didn't originate on YouTube, many of those videos are now uploaded to YouTube. So now, if you are addicted to watching like cat videos, funny cat videos, I guess rat videos are now starting to become popular, if you know the one channel I'm referring to. If you spend too much time on watching cat videos, then honestly I have no sympathy for you. It's okay to watch one video a day, maybe, to bring up your spirits, but any reasonable person would stop after one or two. So really, the problem of YouTube being an addiction is much deeper than that, because you just want to watch YouTube because it's just great. The videos are great. So now let's talk about why you need YouTube in your life. Some of the reasons, some of the content that I watch on YouTube and I couldn't go without. And first of all, it's instructional videos, tutorials, courses like I mentioned, or MIT OpenCourseWare, lectures. If you are talking about a tutorial for some software, then certainly it would be easier to just look it up on YouTube instead of reading an article. And second, if you are trying to develop like a physical skill, so for me this would be lifting, but also something like shooting a bow would also count. then one thing is, it's better to just watch someone do that, and of course explanations are good, but a dry article wouldn't do the same thing. But also this there's this thing that when you watch someone do something well, it subconsciously improves your own technique, even if you cannot really put it in words what that person is doing different. It does improve your own technique. The third point is that friends send you videos, like I mentioned. You wouldn't want to cut that out. Maybe it's not the same quality social time as, for example, talking to that person, but it's pretty good. It leads to some inside jokes, so that's definitely a good thing. I wouldn't want to cut that out. Fourth thing is, I've talked about in some of my earlier videos about cultivating your motivation, and that's kind of controversial. The whole motivation thing is controversial, but if you are interested in some area, then you certainly would like to watch videos about that. Expand your horizons also. I mean, it's literally the World Wide Web. And the thing about YouTube videos compared to articles is that nowadays, very often, it's hard to find good articles about something, but it's much easier to find good videos about something. And finally, the fifth point is just, like I mentioned, YouTube is awesome. Maybe some Sigma males would say, I don't want to watch YouTube. You pursue YouTube. You watch YouTube videos. I pursue success. We are not the same. But you can certainly have both of those things. And it does spice up your life. So I wouldn't want to cut it out. So now let's talk about the 5 points that I've mentioned, this whole regiment, and how to implement it, and the reasons behind them. So the first step was to block YouTube on your phone. So, of course, the reason for this is just, this is too accessible. You can just lay down on your bed and check emails, and then you have a thought, maybe I could watch some video, and then you end up spending 3 hours watching some long series. And if you block YouTube on your phone, that almost entirely gets rid of the problem, actually. If you spend a lot of time on your PC, then maybe not, but for most people, I think just blocking YouTube on your phone would almost completely get rid of the issue. Now, the way to implement it, on Google Chrome, on Android, the extension that I've used was Block Site, and it didn't work. It very rarely worked. Maybe there is a new version, but I would guess that still it rarely works. It just, most of the time, it doesn't block the site. So I use Firefox as a browser, and it has some extensions that do work every time. Instead of watching YouTube on your phone, you can listen to podcasts. That's something that I would recommend. Spotify has a great podcast library. And alternatively, you can use one of these bad boys. This is an ancient artifact called an MP3 player. The benefit of using an MP3 player is that you won't spend any time browsing the contents, or very little time, because you know exactly what is on the player. So, second step was to block all sound on your PC. And the reason for that is simply that sound plus video is just too much entertainment. And you might need the sound to understand what someone is saying, unless you can read lips. But the auto-generated subtitles or captions do a pretty good job. Sometimes they don't translate the words very well. Sometimes you cannot understand what someone is saying, but most of the time it's fine. So in Chrome, there is an option somewhere in privacy settings, I think, to either disable the sound completely for the entire browser, or disable the sound for just one website. I prefer to just disable sound for the entire browser, but you can choose just YouTube. Look it up on Google. Search Google Chrome how to disable sound. Something like that. Third step was to block recommendations on PC. This is also very important. Block the related videos on the side of the video that you are currently watching, and block the home page. Possibly block comments. This just sends you into a huge rabbit hole if you follow the recommended videos. So this is also very important. The extension in Chrome that I use for this is called Unhook. And what this also does is every video that you watch has to be, you have to choose that video deliberately. So you're not going to just end up watching a whole bunch of videos. Every video you need to choose specifically to watch. The fourth point was videos sent on Messenger are okay. This is pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, Messenger has its own browser thingy. So the blocking of websites on Firefox does not transfer to Messenger. And it's important to only watch that one video that someone sent you. So, of course, this is going to be the whole browser, the whole YouTube app, if you follow the link in Messenger. But you are not allowed to click any video. You are not allowed to search for anything. Only that one video. So this is a difficult point. If you are very addicted, then that's going to be hard, but it's definitely doable. I don't find it particularly difficult to not follow through and watch other videos when someone sends me a link to a YouTube video on Messenger. And the fifth point is you can download videos, and this is very useful for tutorials. They are often better when watched with sound. And also, if you have some video series that you watch on YouTube, like I said in the third point, you want to remove recommendations, but maybe not subscriptions. So you might subscribe to some good channel that you watch every video of, and if this channel releases a new video, you are notified, or you can maybe disable notifications, but on the subscriptions page you do have the information that this video is new, and you can just download that if you really want to watch that particular channel, that particular video. So you can watch it with sound and audio on your PC, or on your phone, but the phone makes you a little bit, the options to download videos on phone are a little bit too easy, so you might not want to do that, but they're also not that easy. Not that I've tried, but just keep in mind, this is downloading a video means that you have to deliberately search for it and deliberately download the whole video first, watch it, and then delete the files so it doesn't take up too much space on your PC. So that was the whole regiment. You may need to make small adjustments, like the Messenger thing. If you don't use Messenger too much, then maybe use some other app that when someone sends you a link, it just opens up the browser. So you may need to actually make an adjustment here. But basically this whole routine, this whole regiment, if you follow all those steps, you can go your entire life with this, and then YouTube addiction basically won't be a problem. Okay, so I hope that helps, and thanks for watching.